May I be so bold to say that everyone in this room struggles with different idols, but we have one idol that we all struggle with, and we have that idol in common. That's why today we're going to talk about money. Because this is America. The richest people who ever walked the earth, some of those are recorded in Scripture. We have Job and we have Solomon. And the Bible tells us that the money that they had, God gave it to them. It was a blessing from God. So there's not really a problem with money. Money isn't the issue. The problem is when we love money. That's the problem, and that's called materialism in the world. I mean, you can be filthy rich and not have a problem with materialism. And you can be flat broke and be the most materialistic person in the world. It says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." He says, "Tell me where you put your money, and I'll tell you who you are." The other 85% of the world, they don't have to deal with materialism. They just have to figure out what to eat that day. Here, we have a blessing and we have a curse. It's so important for us to find out if we've crossed the line from dealing with materialism to actually becoming materialistic. And here's why. Because being materialistic takes turning your back on God. You cannot serve both God and money. I can't serve them both? No, you can't. I mean, you can't be a Dodgers fan and a Giants fan. So Jesus is telling him, you've done well. You've done well. I mean, you've kept the commandments. You've been a good Jewish boy. However, you thought that I was your God. You were wrong. Your God has always been materialism. Your God has always been money. And he says, but wait a minute. See, you're liking this one thing, but there's one thing that I want to tell you, and I have the key here to breaking the power that money has over you. I have the key, and I'm going to tell you right now. Sell everything you have and give it to the poor. You'll be good. That's what I'm asking from you. You see, because generosity breaks the power of materialism. Jesus was telling him, you want to break the power that money has over you? Okay, go, be generous. Do a crazy act of generosity, and you will break the power that materialism has in your life. And he took off, and he was unable to give it up. Are we willing to take everything that we have, our money, our possessions, everything that we have, put it before God and say, God, this is yours. Do anything that you want with it. I want you to give a significant gift to someone who maybe will never be able to give you credit for it, that maybe will never be able to return it, and perhaps maybe will never even know who it was. God. So what we do is we grab a hold of this, and we go like this, and we put it in our fist, and we hold on tight to that thing. Yeah, we don't want to let go of that. And sometimes we hold on so tight that we think that the reason why God doesn't just take that is because we have such a hard grip around that money. But the fact is, God can take that at will because it's His. And when we think that He doesn't do that, our God is probably about this big because He put that there. And He's challenging us, hey, give it up. It's all mine. I'll it'll be fine. And we say, okay, I trust you. And then you start opening up your hand, and you go like that. Oh man, that hurt. Oh, and you give it up. What you just gave. That's not for God. What you just gave wasn't money. That was always God's. What you've given God is the part of your heart that you'd been holding back until today. You see, materialism isn't a money issue. Materialism is a heart issue. And generosity breaks the power of materialism. So here's a challenge. Let's be generous, and let's put God back where he belongs in our lives.